Governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has called on public-spirited individuals and corporate bodies with capacity to intervene in bridging the gap in public health institutions in the state. Governor Akeredolu made the call at the inauguration of the upgraded Millennium Eye Center building at the University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, Akure. Ayodeji Moradio has more.
Eye experts say inappropriate attention to eye problem could result into blindness or visual impairment. This is why people aged 40 and above are advised to do routine eye evaluation so that avoidable causes of vision impairment can be picked up and corrected before it becomes a problem. This fear is about to be addressed in Ondo State with inauguration of the upgraded Millennium Eye Center building at the University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, Akure. The building was renovated and upgraded by the Lions Club International Multiple District for Nigeria.
Vision, as you all know, plays a critical role.
Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who inaugurated the building, explained that vision plays a critical role in every facet and stage of human lives. Governor Akeredolu said government alone cannot effectively address all the socio-economic challenges in a country, no matter the amount of revenue accruing to its coffers.
Eye impairment cannot be prevented. It cannot even be treated. It can be corrected if timely access, if there is a timely access to quality eye care and rehabilitation. That's why, madam, you see it, even 2 eyes, you cover it, after some time, you start seeing again. It's not more than that.
Earlier, the grant administrator of the project, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, appreciated the all-round support provided by Governor Akeredolu and other government officials, which led to successful completion of the project.
The eye care services will now wear a new look in terms of scope and capacity due to the nature of equipment coming on board. The most daring in this regard is the laser equipment, which number has to be increased to 2. This is arguably the first time ever this kind of equipment is being domiciled in Ondo State, and it is the one that gives glaucoma patients some semblance of hope.
With this inauguration, it is hoped that the people of Ondo State will have access to good eye care. Ayodeji Moradio, TVC News.
Presidential candidate of the African Democratic Party, Dumebi Kachiko, says his interest for the presidency is born out of interest for the country's future and growth rather than personal gains. Mr. Kachiko made this disclosure at an interactive session with journalists where he stressed that he would deal with all aspects of the economy by giving adequate attention to the issues.
All the areas that we have that have failed in Nigeria are all important. We have to have a multi-pronged approach towards these multifaceted problems we have in Nigeria. So there's no issue that is more significant or that has more priority than the others.
He further promised to strengthen the common charter that binds all Nigerians before looking into the possibility of restructuring the country.
All the areas that we have that have failed in Nigeria are all important. We have to have so restructuring is different for different people. What do we need to restructure? What I'm talking about restructuring in terms of government, we say we do away with the system of government we have now to start looking at parliamentary system of government, or we look at the evolution of powers from federal to state and what have you. Okay, I think those issues will be seen in a better light when you deal with the major problem we have in Nigeria, and that is having a common charter that binds all Nigerians. Nigerians we don't have a country, we're not a people. We're just different regions, we're just different ethnicities. So if we have a common charter, if we become a country, a nation, then you find that you have a different perspective to these issues that you have raised. And you find that everyone will look at this from the same eye at that point. But right now, as long as we see ourselves from ethnicities, right? If you do this, not to say you're trying to cheat them. If you do this, south to say you're trying to cheat them. But when we have a nation, you find that everyone looks at themselves as the same.
In about 2 weeks, the rail track from Ebute Metta to Apapa in Lagos will be completed. The Ministry of State for Transportation, Gbemisola Saraki, said this will speed up evacuation of goods at the port. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
We are here at Mobalaji Johnson Station at Ebute Metta, and in a couple of minutes, the minister is expected to come here to carry out on-the-spot assessment of works being done on the railway tracks in Lagos. It's her first official visit to Nigerian Railway Corporation in Lagos since the resignation of the former minister, Rotimi Amechi. For her, this visit is important, given the importance of railway transportation in the country.
Part of the ongoing programs of the president is here. We're here from the ministry to look at issues of connecting the rail directly to the various terminals. Now, as you can see, this scanner building that belongs to Customs has been ongoing for about 2 years. So I'm here to inspect to see what the problem is, so that when I get back to Abuja, we can ensure that before the end of next month, that activity and issues have been moved on this. This is important, as you know. Even though they're doing a diversionary track, the most important thing is to have the standard gauge on it. So this is why we're here, to look at it myself and ensure that by the time we sit down with Customs, we get it resolved.
Having discussed with the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation, the contractors in charge of the tracks, the minister spoke on the time frame for the project's completion.
At the end of this month, which is another 2 weeks maximum, that this track will be operational, whilst we try and solve this other issue. Even though the building looks big, it's actually a minor issue. Just by the time the Federal Ministry of Transport, MPA and Customs sit together to discuss, I'm sure we'll resolve it. It's been agreed that the building is going to be moved, it's going to be demolished. It's just minor issues of having because of the fact there's some radioactive, because it's a scanner, we just have to ensure that number one, it's done safely and it's done by the right people to come and dismantle and decommission the scanners to ensure that it's safe, and then the building itself comes down.
She was accompanied by the Chairman, House Committee on Maritime Safety, Education and Administration, Linda Chuba Ikbazo, amongst other senior officers of the corporation. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.